Are you still close with Michael Jordan, or were you ever close with Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan and I are friends, and I call him all the time because I like his brand Jordan sneakers and his clothes.
And he sends them to you?
For free.
That must be weird. Shouldn't he be paying you to wear those shoes and those clothes around?
Well, you know, when you're good friends, you don't care about his money.
I see.
I just want the clothes and the sneakers.
Did you ever get involved in trash talk with Jordan?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
I just wonder, but because you don't seem like a trash talking kind of guy
I'm
to
not.
me.
And I never talked trash, but one time in my entire life.
With Jordan?
With Jordan.
Oh, all right.
First ever time ever talking trash. So we're with the Dream Team.
Okay.
And for 3 days in a row, we had came into a tie because what Coach Daly did, he split the team up East versus West. So Barkley, Jordan, Larry Bird, Pippen, and Patrick Ewing all played in the East.
Wow.
And then we had the West guys, myself, David Robinson, Malone, Mullen, Drexler, and John Stockton. So we would play every day, tie. So this is the 4th day, and we got out on him about 12-2, and I said, I'm gonna really rattle his chain. So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, hey man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're gonna blow you out today. Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out. He broke the huddle, he hit a 3, and he's looking at me. So he came down again, hit another 3. So the greatest shot, now I've been involved in all 3 of them. First, Dr. J walked out in air, out of bounds.
Oh yeah,
Reverse layup,
under. Right.
Michael Jordan in 1991 came down on us with the right hand, tongue out. He switched in midair to the left, spun it against the glass. Now this is the greatest shot I've seen. He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off, and he said, okay, I'm gonna just sit here in air. Because I know David Robinson is gonna go down. So David Robinson went to the ground, he 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
In a practice game. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just stunned, and all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that long and 360. Michael Jordan is so incredible. There'll never be.
The moral is you should not talk trash to Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Say 360, you mean like it was like full, like this, all the way?
I have to thank this man, because without his vision, I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. And you know, you wanna be fast like Isaiah, and you wanna shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean? I remember the first time I played against him, and I walked out on the court, and I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all watch the Chappelle show, but he talk about a certain incident where he seen somebody seen Rick James, and like I literally seen his aura, like it looked like he was glowing, and I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, like, man, that's Mike, and I'm looking at him, I can't stop looking at him, like I'm looking at his shoes, and I'm like, man, he got on the Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, it was Mike. It was my idol. It was my hero. And I remember just hating the Knicks so much, and the bad boys beating them up the way they did. I used to watch him and sit on my mom's dresser, and she used to tell me, boy, if you don't get back from that TV before you go blind, you better. Like, I wanted to be that close to him just watching him. Man.
The other guard, number 8, 6'7" in his 4th season from Logan High School.
Everybody's talking about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Oh, well, this is the matchup that everybody's been waiting to see.
I learned a lot this game. A lot about how technically sound Michael was. Because it's one thing in watching him play, and then it's another thing in playing against him.
He's now in a postgraduate course.
Yeah, boy. Accelerated learning.
His technique was flawless. I wanted to make sure my technique was just as flawless.
Been down at half court, and he wanted to know how, when I turn around on my jump shot, how to feel the defense. I told him you should feel the defense with your legs. Once you feel the defense with your legs, you can take advantage of that.
That was very inspiring for me.
Did you have goals at that point? Certain things that you wanted to do?
Yeah, it was really simple for me at the time, which is win as many championships as possible. That was it. Growing up, I understood that to be the standard. Much Magic win 5.
The Lakers are the world champions.
I watched Michael win 6.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. What a finish.
People talk about your relationship with Michael Jordan. Let me straighten this out first. The time at the Forum or wherever that was, Phil had Michael come to the game and sat at the table. You remember that? I read somewhere where it said that you didn't challenge him or he didn't challenge you. It didn't happen. It did happen because I was sitting right there at the table, right at the table. So Phil asked Michael if he wasn't doing anything, just come by practice, maybe to want to play. Maybe we can find out what you got. And then you said back, no, maybe I'll find out what you got. Right. And then he said back, well, you can't guard me. And then you said, you can't guard me. Right. How old were you?
21.
21 years old. There was a silent moment. And then when we walked out, when we walked down the hall, Mike goes, I love that dude, man. He's a warrior. Because you did not step back. It's like, well, maybe we'll see. Let's play. Right. When we can play tomorrow, right. I got shoes.
That's a foul all day long.
Oh, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking.
Hey, you only got 3 now. I get 6. I would get that foul. You only got 3 now.
I grew up watching him, and I grew up having that same type of edge and competitiveness.
I know where you're going. You gotta get up quick.
If you knew where I was going, why you go for the fake?
Mike, after you fake the ball, where else you gonna go?
You left your feet.
Yeah, but where else you gonna go?
In the game, I go for you.
I spun all the way around.
I go for these ribs right here.
Michael and I both know there's certain players that we can intimidate. Certain players are afraid.
4, 3, 2. That's all right. Hey, you know, I shoot them better when the clock going down.
Every now and then, you run into a player that has the same DNA.
It looked like he was like Jesus, Black Jesus walking towards me. Yeah. So when he walked in, it was like I didn't know what to say. It was overwhelming to meet, to finally meet the guy I've looked up to my whole life.
Really? The same number as Michael, too, 23.
Right. Man, that's my inspiration in basketball. To see what he did on the court and to see what he did off the court. I didn't think it was no other number to wear.
What was it like meeting Michael Jordan for you? Was that pretty cool?
Oh yeah, it was great. For me to meet Michael Jordan, it was like, I think it was better than the president.
I love Michael Jordan. The way that he approached the game, the way that he led his troops when he went out on the court, and his never say die attitude, man, was something I always looked up to. The first, so I'm growing up and I'm watching, this guy, Michael Jordan. I think all you guys know him, I think. So I'm growing up watching this guy on TV every day, and I'm like, wow, he's an amazing basketball player. Hopefully someday I get an opportunity to meet him. So I think it was my junior year in high school. I go up to Chicago and I go to a gym called Hoops where he plays basketball in the summertime. And I didn't know he was going to be there. But I seen him walking towards me, and it was kind of like he was walking on air. I had to pinch myself. Is that Michael? Who? And it's like he was like Black Jesus to me. Like that was like one of the best feelings.
Now,
I've ever had.
did he know of you?
Well, yeah, I think he did. He called me a young fella, of course, and just basically told me to keep working at it, and someday I can get to the NBA. I was a junior in high school, so, I guess he told me something right, and I just kept working at it.
LeBron James over Turioff from the wing.
Mo Williams will throw in. Rashard Lewis playing off the ball. Lewis gets it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer as the Cavaliers have pulled it out to tie the series, and what a miraculous shot by James!